Hey y'all, it's Queen. So I got another video for you guys, and we on the same thing we was on last time, okay? If you've been trying to figure out this whole love and purpose and waiting on God thing, I've been praying like, Lord, what's up with my husband? We playing hide and seek, like what's going on? But for real though, this season of singleness, dating, or even healing, it's about preparing yourself. So today we're talking about some real questions that Christian women ask themselves when it comes to love, relationships, and trusting God with all of it. Don't worry, I'm not just giving you opinions. I'm also going to give you scripture as well. So let's get into it. So the first question is, what if I'm more spiritually mature than the guy that I'm talking to? This is a big one, especially for me. Oh my God. Especially for me, child. So if this is you, I'm here with you. Like, I'm here with you eye to eye, babe. Seriously. So spiritual mismatch can be very, very frustrating. This is why the Bible talks about being unequally yoked. A lot of people just talk about that when it comes to typically like marriage or something like that. But even with like trying to figure out who a person is for you, even before you get into something, like that's why it's good to get to know people, because you get to realize really like, okay, is this person for me or not for real? Some things we just need to dead before we even like get ourselves all the way involved in it for real. Because if you know, you know. Even before you go into it head first, you already know what's going on. It really be like a waste of time, especially when you know. I've been there, like just literally doing something just because, and then I'm already knowing it's wrong, but I'm still entertaining it, and then at the end of it I'm like, I just wasted my time. But it's like you knew you was wasting your time when you started to even involve yourself in it to begin with. So it's like, just did that before it even get there. Realistically, as a woman of God, we should not be having to drag a man to pray, to go to church, to read his Bible, none of these things. It should already be in him, especially if we looking for a man to lead us. Like, that's biblical. Like, a man is supposed to be a leader. So if we are the woman, the helper, if we are doing things outside of the role that God has given to us, then that just shows you a lot about where that relationship is going to go. So that's why I say trying to entertain something, involving yourself in something that you know is not going to work is not good at all. If you need more context on the being unequally yoked, that is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? Second question is, can I miss the one God has for me? First of all, you're not powerful enough to block God's plan. Even if you fumble, if God said that's your person, it's your person. He'll also bring it back around. Just make sure you're not out here choosing potential over purpose. Okay? And for context, Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. If you trust in God, He'll direct your path. You don't have to worry about something not going through the way that He has called it to, especially if you are walking and being intentional about your relationship with God as well. His grace is going to cover you regardless. When you surrender to God, you can trust His sovereignty. His plans do not fail. How do I wait on God without feeling like I'm wasting my time? That's the third question. When you're waiting, that's a time for preparing yourself. Isaiah 40:31 says, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Waiting doesn't mean do nothing. It means that God has you on standby with purpose. Focus on you getting your bag, growing your walk, and stay ready so you don't have to get ready, sis. Fourth question, is it wrong to have a list of what I want in a man? This is a big one, because sometimes we create lists and they be like way off from what it needs to be. If this list does not include any godly characteristics, it's probably voided. Make sure your list is rooted in godly character over worldly standards. And this is what I mean, right? We have a list and we're like, oh, we want him to be this, we want to be 6'4", a man of God, nice teeth, dark skin, big dog, all that. Nothing about his character and his relationship with God other than him being a man of God. You know, you need to go into details. What does that even mean? Because you can have a man that thinks he's a man of God just because he believes in God. That's not enough. You have to be very specific, but you also have to make sure that you're not being so worldly, because you'll miss out on a good man with all these crazy, unrealistic standards. So keep your list, but make sure you ain't out here talking about he need to be 6'5", chocolate, bearded, with a Benz. Like, come on. Can he pray over me? Is he consistent? That's the real fan. Fifth question, how do I let go of someone who I thought was the one? Big one. Did you know that letting go is a form of obedience? This is one of my favorite scriptures. It says that every branch that bears fruit he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. John 15:2. So this really speaks to us trusting God when he's in a pruning season in our lives and removing all of the things that are not no good for us. Do we trust that he's actually getting rid of the things that's not any good for us? Because typically anytime God is removing something greater is coming. And let's not go back because we're lonely. Sixth question, what does being equally yoked really mean? Both people are spiritually aligned and moving at the same pace. If one is dragging, then neither one of us is moving forward. Like, it's always going to be that you have to pull somebody that's just doing too much. Especially as the woman, like, you, come on now. Y'all trying to walk together, he moving left, you moving right. How is that helping? Well, I'll give you a better one. You're moving forward, he's moving backwards. Number 7, how do I protect my heart while dating? This is a big one, and this is really good for people who are Christians, who need this. Like, you need this, sis. Even if you're not a Christian, this is really good for you. Like, you need to be a Christian. But anyway, guarding your heart means being intentional about your spiritual and emotional access. So going back to what I was talking about earlier, in the beginning, we understand what is wrong and what is right. And sometimes we still go after that wrong thing, knowing that it's not gonna be good for us, wasting our time. Like I said, at the end of it, you like, man, I wasted my time. But at the beginning, you already knew what you was getting into. So if you're guarding your heart means standing 10 toes down. Like, you know this ain't good. So I'm not going to allow nobody access to me knowing that this is not good. That's what guarding your heart look like in action. Proverbs 4:23 says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. Guard and protect your heart, and be mindful of your emotions, your thoughts, your desires, your motivations. With all diligence means to be persistent about guarding your heart, girl. It's very intentional and it's not casual. You have to be intentional about what you let in your spirit and in your mind. For out of it flows the issues of life. This means that your heart influences everything that you do. The direction of your life flows from what's inside of you. So we have to be intentional about what we allow in our spirits and in our minds. This is very big. I think like we really take these things lightly, but it's very, very big. Number 8 is, how do you know if it's God's voice or if it's just your feelings? So God's voice is going to always align with scripture, and it's going to bring you peace. It also draws you closer to him. James 3:17 says that godly wisdom is pure and peaceable. If it's from God, it won't feel forced or it won't feel like confusion. If you got to beg for peace or you got to keep going over the signs, it's probably you, sis. And number 9 is, why is God so quiet when I keep praying about love? So God being quiet could be a call for you to trust him more. Just saying. Psalms 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. I'm just saying. Sometimes God is quiet because he already told you what it was. Like, you might be forcing it for real. Like, he told you, but you just didn't like the answer. That could definitely be a thing. That's pretty much the thing. or he could be working behind the scenes. But either way, it's just best that you trust him. If we trust God, it protects us from so much. Just being obedient and trusting God. His word literally tells us all we need to know when it comes to all of the things that we need to do. It's up to us to either read it, actually apply it to our lives, and obey. Like, that's it. So, girl, go ahead and prep yourself while you wait. Take care of you while you wait. And if you want to be a wife, prepare yourself for being a wife. But at the same time, make sure that you are spending more time with God and doing the things that you need to do for yourself as well. That's all I got for y'all today. And I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye.